Did you know that as of right now, there's 186 banks that are at risk of closing? And every single day, more banks are added to this list. And the struggle is that this week, we are going to have an answer from the Fed as to how high they will raise interest rates. But not only that, they will also give us an indication as to where they see the federal funds rate stopping. Currently, the federal funds rate sits at 4.75. The expectation is that this week, we will see them raise rates by another 25 basis points, taking us all the way up to 5%. But the expectation is that, and again, over a month ago, the federal funds rate was expected to stop at 5.25. But as of right now, that might not be the case. So we're going to address that and why this is turning into a major crisis. First, all I ask is if you can do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's get right down to it. So, how is all of this going to impact our banking situation? Well, first off, this is going to have a major impact on our banking situation. We know Secretary Yellen says that our banking system is sound, but financial experts are worried that this might not be the case, that our financial system might not be as sound as some are led to believe. According to a recent study, 186 banks could soon be at risk of the same fate that the Silicon Valley Bank faced. And according to this report, all it takes is about 50% of depositors to request their money. That's it. It's not to stop lending. It's not to people come in and they're not paying back their debts. It's all you have to do is come and request your money. That is it. And I know what you're thinking. 50% of depositors, that's quite a bit. Because 50% of depositors are not going to take their money out of the bank and cause it to collapse. Why would they? Why would they risk their own bank? Here's the truth. And the truth is that they could. And they would do that if they are worried that they would not have access to it. That's it. Because again, the Federal Reserve or the Treasury has come out and said that they are going to back any deposits. It doesn't matter if it's over $250,000, they are going to insure all deposits. Now that sounds good, right? They insure a deposit. Great. But here's the thing. If you needed money tomorrow and your bank went under, do you think the Treasury is going to come out and provide you with the money that you need tomorrow? And I know I'm shooting this video on a Saturday. Tomorrow would be a Sunday, so it's probably not open, right? But let's say it's midweek. Your bank collapses on Tuesday, and you had, let's say, $10,000 in there, and you need it tomorrow because you got to make all your payments, right? Or you need it, let's say, Wednesday. Well, guess what? We're not going to see the Treasury give you $10,000 the next day. No, that's not how it works. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to give you your money. Okay? Now, I'm bringing this up because I know a lot of people are worried. They just want to have access to their money. That's it. Okay? Now, I received a bunch of comments, a lot of messages. And again, I do leave my email address in every single one of my videos. So if you want to send me an email and you don't want to comment, I get it. There's a lot of scammers out there in the comment section. So if you are getting a message from me, ask you to send me a message on WhatsApp or to pay me some type of crypto, it's not me. Don't do it. Okay? But here's just some of the messages that I've received. Here's one that I received. It says, and I quote, "I'm not going to take the risk. My family doesn't have much, so I took out all that we had in the bank. At least I know that my bills will get paid and we can still eat. I'm a bit stressed though, I'm not going to lie. I don't like holding this kind of cash. I know $4,300 isn't millions, but this is all that I have, and so I need to protect it with my life." That is a very simple statement. If $4,300 is all that you have, it doesn't matter if you have $4,300, $43,000. You need to protect that money. You will protect it if that's all you have. And if your only method to protect your money is to pull it out of a questionable bank, and again, how do we know what's a questionable bank? We don't. This is the other problem, is we don't know if our bank is at risk. We won't know that until it is actually close to a collapse, or the bank comes out and tells us, hey, Might want to get your money out because, well, we might not be in business too much longer. But you think a bank's going to do that? Probably not. Well, also got another message from a community member. And they had this to say, and I quote, "Can you give us an idea of what banks could close down? I would hate to see people lose their money because they were not informed. Also, thank you for all that you do and keeping us informed. You have helped me and my family open our eyes to what is truly going on. And because of this, I didn't want to keep all my money in the bank, so I took it out." I never said to take your money out of the bank. Okay? I never said that. All I said is to diversify. Be smart. Don't keep all your money in one bank. Don't. I don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it. Because what happens if that bank collapses? What happens then? Just to give you an idea. I had money in Washington Mutual, okay, years ago. This is when Washington Mutual was an actual bank, okay? Now, I didn't have a lot of money in Washington Mutual, but I understand, because again, Washington Mutual collapsed. This thing fell apart in 2008, okay? I love this bank. I thought it was an incredible bank. People were friendly, could always get your money, was no issues, right? A great bank, I thought. Well, it collapsed. And I didn't have a lot of money in it. I think I probably only had $2,000 or $3,000. Not a substantial amount, decent amount, but it wasn't huge. And again, you'll get your money back. Right? You'll get your money, but it can take a little bit of time, which it did. So I understand the process behind it. Now, we may not see 50% of all major businesses pull their money from smaller banks because they've already been guaranteed that your deposits are safe. Don't worry. Your deposits are safe. There's nothing that's going to happen to them. But I bet you, if you start asking the people who are worried, because when the people don't have access to their money, when they want to go and get it, those are the ones that are going to be worried the most. Those are the ones that are going to start talking, especially amongst workers. Listen to this email that I received. This person says, and I quote, "I have a funny story for you, but it's a scary story as well. My work had to close down for a couple of hours this past week because all the workers were headed down to our local blank bank to take out their money. My boss said that it wasn't an emergency and we should be fine, but the funny part is that he did the same thing. He went right with us down to the bank and took his money out as well. But I thought you would get a kick out of this." Now, I don't know if, and again, if you're going to go pull your money out of the bank, let's say you have $2,500, okay? Chances are you can go down to the bank, you can request $2,500. They will most likely have it. Let's say you have $25,000. If you go to the bank and request, "Hey, can I get $25,000? I'll take ones and fives." Guess what? They're not going to give it to you. You think they're going to give it to you in 10s and 20s? No. You think 50s and 100s? Absolutely not. They're going to either say, "We can give you a check," right? We can give you a check. You can do a wire transfer, but we can't give you $25,000 in cash. So what are your options? Well, your options are request $25,000 and come back the next day. Or you call ahead, which a lot of people do, then you go and get your money. Now here's the thing. If a bunch of people start talking, right? You see workers in the sheds and the warehouses, and you got the office buildings, and you got the retail stores, and they're all talking like, "Hey, I think this is it. We might want to go get our money out after work," and everybody heads down to the bank. That's what we consider a bank run. Everybody runs down to the bank, starts pulling money out. Again, it just takes 50% of depositors to pull their money out. And the banks, 186 of them, could potentially fail. But these 186 banks could fail because the American people are worried not about the safety of their money, because again, we've been guaranteed the money is safe. What we're worried about is the access to the money. Now, the Fed is going to come out this week, potentially raise rates. We know that. We're prepared for that. At least I am. I hope you are as well. But this is going to put even more pressure on the banks. So here's something else that you need to know. There's actually a group of mid-sized banks that are asking the federal regulators to extend the FDIC insurance to all deposits for the next 2 years. For 2 full years. They say that this guarantee will help avoid a larger bank run, and it possibly could. But is the FDIC willing to do that? I don't know. We're going to find out this week, and this week is potentially going to change whether we start to see the end of these bank runs or it's only going to ramp up. The expectation, the projection, is that things are only getting started, and these collapses that we've seen over the past 2 weeks, this is just the beginning. And potentially, your bank is going to collapse very soon as well. So, all I ask is if you hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Also, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. I will be here every step of the way. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.